Welcome to Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia. But when you look at the high-rise places like Gold Coast and even Darwin now, there's lots of high-rise buildings. Needs to be other answers for them to be able to get some fresher foods. Yeah, don't know. Maybe technology. No, maybe we need to go down the AI route and say, how would you, manage fresher food? Yeah.
Some of the green walls and that you see and the way they're producing things are just amazing.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, I was watching this is going back a few months now, but someone who they were trying to do everything sustainably. And they lived in a really small house, and it was how they utilised every single aspect of the house to also be producing food for them.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. And they were really excited. I'm trying to remember some of the processes they had were quite unique, and they were really passionate about it, and they were travelling around from place to place trying to encourage people to get on board with these new processes of how to have fresh food in a very small, because part of the problem is, like you were saying, with high-rise buildings, how do you actually have fresh food in a studio apartment or a one-bedroom apartment? And that was one of the things they were passionate about trying to overcome. And just the way they were using the water through and all sorts of things.
Right, water-based.
Completely amazing. And of course your bathroom is one of the best places to grow a whole lot of food.
Yeah, true.
Because of the humidity that came with that. So I can't remember exactly what they did now.
Yeah. Well, we've got a small acreage here, but Tony has set up wicking beds. So they need to be about, 300 to 500 mil deep, but ours are higher because we're old, we don't want to bend. So we've just filled them with, rocks and stuff like that, then put a liner in. And the amount of fruit, tomato fruit and vegetables that comes off that is really amazing. And the ability to manage the water in being in one of the driest places in Australia, is exceptional. So, and then if we get too heavy a rain, because they're not under full cover, he's built taps in so we can bring the water level down and let it run out. So there's lots of really old systems that can be reinvented for modern gardening.
Absolutely. And if you're lucky enough to have a balcony, you could have some of those wicking beds on a balcony. It works really well. Yeah.
You haven't got much of a space for garden there, have you?
Well, actually, the block of land is only about 260 square metres. Yeah, apparently. I was talking to the owner recently. And but because the house is so small, there's still quite a bit of garden out the back. Not really a gardener though.
Not your thing.
No, it's not really, especially here. But here in Ballarat, the weather is just different to what I was used to in South Australia. So I've always struggled a little bit to have the same success with crops, which does mean you have to do different crops, isn't it?
Yes.
Because one of the things here that does really well is potatoes. So I could do potatoes. But tomatoes, I just was so spoiled in South Australia.
Yeah.
Because here, you don't really get your first lot of tomatoes before mid-December, and they're finished by the end of February.
We've still got them fruiting.
The January even.
Yeah, we've still got them fruiting. There's a whole heap of green ones out there in the wicking beds now. And Tony's just been picking them daily.
Yeah, well, this year they probably would have been a bit longer because there has been extended warmth here. But it's been unseasonable for Ballarat. And you just think, so I don't know. It just felt like it took ages to get my first fruit. You just get this small flush of tomatoes and then the season was finished.
Yeah.
And so it just was, I don't know. I just didn't get into it.
Disheartening because you spent $50 on plants and you got $6 worth of tomatoes. I I used to joke that I had purple thumbs and I could kill a plastic plant in a week. That's why I leave it. That's why I leave it to Tony. He's always been able to grow the most amazing vegetables, fruit, everything. So, yeah, I
It's
guess.
definitely an art, and people that are passionate about it do really well. And so it's not like to say there aren't people here that do lots of veggies in Ballarat and do really well, but it's kind of not my thing.
Hit the subscribe button below if you want to follow Life Hacks Beyond Convention.